2, 1, and you're live. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're doing well. It's Monday, so the work week has started here on the East Coast. To my friends overseas, it's probably already started. It's 5:04, I think, something like that. 5:03. I was having trouble finding some things. Anyway, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. Good morning. I hope everybody's going to do well today and have a great day. Today, we're going to talk about 2 Scrum topics. I realized I wrote my Scrum topics from the weekend in the wrong date of my calendar, so I had to move them around and figure that out. But it's good at 5 a.m. to have written some topics the night before, so that when you get here, you may sleep on them and then present them and things like that. Yeah, especially getting going early. And good morning, everybody. And I hope everybody had a good weekend. Maybe we should do we do the Monday thing, like you said. What fun thing did you do? Here's your networking advice. And again, don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about it and have them subscribe. We're almost there, the magical number of 100 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get there. This is show number 16. And we'll go right into it. So we're going to do, and this is off the cuff, so we're going to do the networking thing from a daily Scrum perspective, since it is a Monday, and in case anybody watches this on Monday and they wanted to use it for their teams. You asked 3 questions. This is a network event, social event. Mondays, when daily Scrums are getting too boring, you ask everybody in the room, what fun thing did you do last weekend? What fun thing are you going to do next weekend? And any blockers that you having fun? It gets them thinking about fun things through the week. And it also allows you, when you do networking, to visualize or give you something else to talk about besides work. So it's really nice to have at those networking events. Like, we're all Scrum Masters. So how are you going to know they're all Scrum Masters, and what's the difference? So this gives you a little different thing to think about when you're not just all Scrum Masters. It's like for example, for myself, yesterday we went up. My son went rock climbing, or go vertical to the local place here in Philadelphia. He went all the way up to the top. Good for him. He's 6 years old. He's crazy. So that was a fun thing to do. Now I know he's going to want to do it every week, and I don't want to spend that much money. But it was fun, and that was pretty cool. He had fun. He had a good time. And then next fun thing is going to a wedding for my cousin. That'll be next weekend, which is great. And anything blocking me from having fun is getting stuff finished, like finishing the house. Like, there's drywall right there. Got to finish patching a couple of things, and then just getting other paperwork done. But otherwise, I think everything's good, and we'll be on target to go visit my cousins. So that's how you do it. My cousins, they're in Vegas too. So there you go. You're gonna go Vegas. So see, there's little things like, hey, mountain climbing, Vegas, weddings, working on the house, right? So there's a bunch of things that if you were to meet me, you would know things going on, and you could have conversation early. So that's the beauty of that networking thing, and the beauty of daily Scrum. And actually, I would do it even if the people know each other a little bit, because they really don't know each other and talk about personal stuff. It gives them more stuff to connect throughout the system. So I would definitely do that. Maybe once a month. You don't have to do it every Monday, but it doesn't take very long. Like I said, I did rooms with 26 people in 6 or 7 minutes. So you can get it done in half the Scrum time if you wanted to, or as they do their Scrum, combine it. They talk about what they did, and they talk about what they're going to do today. You can do that. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to talk about the Scrum topics: demo and review. So a lot of people, new teams, old teams, existing teams, why are we demoing? Do I got to demo every week? Some would say, well, why are we demoing? Because at the IP sprint and safe, we do a demo and things like that. But that's a bigger demo with all the systems tied in. And in fact, I can tell you a better way of doing that. Maybe we should do that in another episode too. or we had 10 teams demo at the same time in 2 hours and went through everything every week, every sprint. We did that. That was really good. But the weekly review, sprint review, or demonstration, the reason why everybody, it adds an extra level to the commitment. If you know that you have to demo your work after 2 weeks or at the end of the sprint, you'll work harder at getting the work done and making it work. It's one thing. That's just the work ethic thing. So that helps that with your team. And that's a minor thing. The other thing is getting feedback from everybody. Now, some teams will say, well, I didn't do enough work for business, or most of it was all tech work or non-functional, as they would call requirements. I would still get the dev team to demo to themselves. And even like one place, they might be learning how to use a new database testing tool or something like that, where I would, maybe they took it in the last sprint to do a retrospective lessons learned, and they were supposed to learn how to do the database tool. So they spent the whole sprint, or spent hopefully just 1 or 2 days figuring out how it works. It doesn't take that long. I mean, can you imagine spend 8 hours on one tool just figuring out? I usually get like a couple hours at a shot. So if you have 8 hours for 2 days just to spend and say, you figure out this tool because we need it, and you spend it, you get it, you figure out how it works or it doesn't work to what you're doing, you make the decision. And then at the end of the 2 week sprint, you present that to your coworkers, okay? Get their feedback at that meeting, demoing how it works and writing the code and setting it up and everything. And do a video capture wireframe if you wanted to, video capture how it works and document it. And then sharing, give feedback. And then the next sprint, if it works, apply it to the rest of the team. So there's that little bump up we talked about in retrospective. So that was one thing for technical demo. Also, technical demo from, I put a new module in, new calls, new routines, new APIs. They should be demoing those APIs to their coworkers so they see it. When it's in the code, and then they talk about it and they see it and they remember it, the lucky 3 times, right? So you want to hear it 3 times. So you tell them about it, you demo it, and they see it. So they got listening, their eyes, right? So they get the hearing, the eyes, and they can read it, right? They may touch it, or even have them do a live demo themselves, try it out, see how the API call works. It may take a longer demo, but anyway, so that's what I would do from tech demo. But then the third, with the business customer stakeholders, invite them in there and have them. We'll talk about later about that. But you want a demo so they can see the product, and you want feedback. If you do not get feedback, your demo failed. Okay, someone told me that one time about demonstrations. Um, oh, in the book The Sprint, which one day I'll have to bring that book down here and show it to you. So in the book The Sprint, the guy talks about feedback loops and doing demonstrations. And if you did a demonstration of your product and you got no response, then your demo failed. You should get some response. Like something needs to be moved or something needs to be twerked and tweaked and moved around a little bit and everything. And or maybe it's perfect. I don't know. Rarely it's perfect, but if you don't get any feedback, that means they didn't pay attention. They really didn't like it. They got quiet on you at a demo. So warning bells. Doo, 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 if you get no feedback at the demo. So I'm gonna leave it at that for the demo review. Hope that was helpful. A couple insights, but definitely do your reviews every sprint. Do not let your team not do it because they're working too hard. That means their product's not done, and you probably got too much in your backlog for your sprint, and you should have them cut it back a little bit by a story or so, just so they feel good coming out of it. And it's always good to demo. It's fun. And they like seeing their product and like showing off their product. Anybody likes to show off their work to people, right? I mean, come on. Let's be real. Okay. The last thing is due dates. I hear a lot of people complain about release dates and having dates, and why do we have dates, and we're agile and we just build what we build, and it comes out when it does, and being agile, we don't need dates. Well, that's bullshit. Oh, sorry. It is bullshit. Um, that's people copping out and getting stuff done and not living their commitments. People who say that can't live to their commitments. Okay. There are dates, like there's advertising dates where you pick a date and we're going to release something. There's marketing dates, stuff that really has to be taken in advance and figure out when you do it. If you're in the merchandising business, holidays, I don't know all the Indian holidays or what they buy in India for holidays, but if they're anything like here in the States where we have Christmas, um, there's Thanksgiving holidays, Labor Day, there's back to school week, there's Easter for us as Catholics. Um, there's all these holidays where they buy stuff for people, right? And that's a due date, period. Like if you had to roll out new software for people to buy, you're on a site, you're in Walmart or something, you're going to put out new software. You got to have it out there by early Thanksgiving, like a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, because people are going to go in there and get ready for Black Friday to go buy all their stuff. There is a due date. It's not after Thanksgiving, it's before Thanksgiving. And in fact, it's probably November 1st, right? So when you do your coding and you're going to release a sell new product, it's got to be out there by November 1st. And on top of that, you probably want another one in between that and Christmas to go out to change up your website. Because if they see the same old thing they saw in November, they're not going to buy your product, right? So you need a due date in between there. So there are due dates and we have to meet them. And I always find it amazing how people say there's no due dates. And I'm like, there are due dates. And in fact, you have to deliver code every sprint. But I just find it amazing why we have a due dates. Like they have release dates. Well, the release dates, the way the organization has it and the way they're going to put their code out, maybe they're not as mature yet, but they have a date and you got to meet the date. And I'll just give you a story. So we talked about that and talked about business yesterday. I want to talk about agile business and related to due dates. When I was out in California living there, there was a little skateboard shop that was opening up. Skateboarding, right? Skateboarding. It's grunge, everything's like like that, And they were in a small town and they were opening up, so it was pretty cool. They started working on it before Thanksgiving and opening it up, but they didn't open up during Thanksgiving for the Black Friday stuff. They didn't open up during Christmas, and they didn't open up and they opened up after Christmas, right? So you're a skateboard shop. You're in an area where they have lots of money because there's all that Silicon Valley money over there. And which I didn't have any of it, by the way. I wish I did. But anyway, I was just there working for something else. What even IT? But so you have a skateboard shop. People buy skateboards for their kids for the holiday. That's what they do. You get a lot of sales that week. But rather than opening up, they waited till they have it where they wanted it, and then they opened up. And then it wasn't. So how are they paying their rent, right? Their store rent every day. To be honest with you, I have a skateboard shop. It's a skateboard shop. They go on concrete underneath stairs. They skateboard all over the place. Even if my office wasn't painted, I would take the agile approach. I have a product that I have that's good to sell that people will buy. I would have opened the doors like during the weekends or something like that. Put my skateboards out on display, some kind of display. And it was, if you already ripped down the building, it's all industrial, so they love it anyhow. Spray paint some stuff on the wall. I don't know, be a little crazy, and then sell some skateboards, right? Get some revenue to pay for your monthly bills. It was Thanksgiving. The revenue he would have made on Black Friday would have paid for the next 3 months of working on his facilities. I think he had a dream. He wanted to put a half pike in the shop and everything like that. And it just took them too long to do that. But sell the material. It doesn't have to be all done before you open the doors, right? He could have sold it. Let's say he just painted the ceilings and did some things in the concrete ground. they wouldn't have cared because the product was good. It wasn't like he was opening a restaurant where everything has to be clean and everything has to be ready and stuff like that. He was selling skateboards. And in fact, the kids like the grunge stuff if you watch the kids. So I don't understand. So that's a great example of taking the agile mindset. What do we have? What can we demo? What can we sell? They can demo and sell the skateboards they got coming in. The next couple of weeks, they can demo and sell a whole new shirt line that they had came in later on with their logo and everything. And then later on, they could a couple months later, he could build a quarter pike so he could ride up and down and just do that, right? And then maybe a couple months later, he would have had his little half pike in the store. But that would have been growing the business. Business would have come in. He would have made all those sales the first couple of weeks, but he missed the deadline, right? He missed it. So he had to take all that money out of his own pocket or her pocket, whoever owned the business, and pay for all that rent. That's wrong. That's not smart, right? If he would have took the agile process, he would have paid that rent. Anyway, we're done. Hope that's good information. It's for 16 minutes. So we're over Scrum. Oh no, we're in a +5. Whatever it is, 15 minutes plus. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Happy scrumming. Please like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. And this is Greg Mester. I'm Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And if you have any comments or questions you want to send my way or things you want to talk about, please comment on them. Send them on me on LinkedIn. If you look up Mester, M-E-S-T-E-R, on LinkedIn, you'll find me. I'm the Agile Cheerleader. And I hope you have a great day. Happy scrumming. Take care and happy Monday. Have fun. Take care.